Faced with the heartbreaking reality that their baby had only a short time left, one family clung to every precious moment. But when her older sister leaned in and blew raspberries on her tiny belly, something incredible happened. What unfolded next was a moment so pure and unexpected it left everyone in awe. After experiencing severe brain damage at a fragile age, this baby was given only a short time to live, until her sister did something unexpected. On December 17, 2014, Amy and Stephen Smith welcomed their fourth child into the world. Their beautiful daughter, Poppy, was born prematurely at just 29 weeks, weighing a mere 2 pounds. Born prematurely, Poppy spent several weeks in the neonatal ward, receiving constant care. After 3 months, she was finally strong enough to go home, now weighing 4 pounds. However, once home, her parents noticed she struggled to eat, often dribbling her food while being fed. Concerned, they took her to the hospital, where she was diagnosed with Mobius syndrome. Doctors explained that Poppy had a rare neurological disorder known as Mobius syndrome, which affected her ability to use her facial muscles properly. She couldn't smile, frown, or even swallow with ease. Hearing this heartbreaking news, her parents were devastated. All they wanted was for their little girl to have a chance at a normal life. Doctors warned them that their baby girl's development could be hampered. Poppy may never get the chance to walk or talk normally again, but this little girl defied the doctor's expectations and charted her own path. At just 15 months, she amazingly started walking on her own. Can you believe that? Her parents were so thrilled their daughter could do what doctors thought was impossible. They said that she might not walk or talk, but she started walking at 15 months, which is quite average for a premature baby. It was amazing to see her doing all those things. We managed to get her off her feeding tube around her first birthday, and throughout 2016, she was just getting better every day. She was full of life and wanted to live. Poppy just continued to write her own stories and defy the rules. Nothing could stop her. Her dad said the young girl still had to visit the hospital a few times due to respiratory problems. However, her doctors were stunned by how she was improving as she was getting closer to her birthday in December 2016. Truly, this girl is a fighter. Unfortunately, just before her second-year birthday on December 17, 2016, she went through another awful experience. Want to know about it? Keep watching to find out. Some days before her special day, her mom went to wake her up from bed, but what she saw left her completely stunned. Her baby girl couldn't get up. She was so scared. According to Stephen, he and his wife could feel the daughter's heartbeat, but she was not responding to them. The duo also noticed that she was not breathing properly as she was gasping for air. They instantly knew that something had gone wrong and had to act quickly. She was then rushed down to Furness General Hospital, England. Right there, doctors worked on stabilizing her, after which she was transferred to Liverpool's Alderhay Children's Hospital to undergo more treatment. Thankfully, 2 days later, her health had improved so well that the ventilator she made use of was removed. Amy and her husband were glad at this point. However, they never knew what was to come next. Just 2 days later, they celebrated their baby girl's birthday at the hospital. However, they noticed that something was seriously wrong with their daughter. Because she was feeling so uncomfortable, her eyes were starting to roll to the back of her head. A chest X-ray showed that her lungs were full of fluid and she had another respiratory arrest. That night, she started to develop twitches and seizures. She was deteriorating fast. It was the hardest moment of my entire life. Imagine not knowing whether you would ever see your little princess smile ever again. There's nothing scarier than that, Stephen said. The Briton disclosed that the results of an MRI scan, which was conducted on his daughter 2 days later, were overwhelming. According to him, when Poppy was done with the scan, the doctors took him and his wife into a room. They then informed them that their daughter was suffering from serious hypoxic brain damage. This meant that her brain wasn't getting enough oxygen, and she had lost consciousness. Stephen asked what would be the outcome for her health. However, what the doctors told him was very depressing. I asked if she was going to walk or talk again, but they said they didn't even know if she was going to survive. When it started to sink in, it was heartbreaking, he said. All he wanted to hear from the medical team was that his baby girl was going to be fine. Fortunately, with time, doctors were able to help her breathe by herself, but she was still not responsive. According to the little girl's dad, she wasn't able to feel a single thing, even when a bright torch was placed right in front of her beautiful eyes. He disclosed that he and his family held her, but all she could do was just stare back at them. Her family was so heartbroken. The English girl's parents, along with her other siblings, Alicia, Macy, and Alfie, then spent Christmas with her at the hospital, not only because they love her, but also because they are scared that could be their last. On Christmas Eve, we attended midnight mass, lit candles for Poppy, and asked the priest to bless her. On Christmas Day, she was moved to a high dependency unit, surrounded by her loving family. Then, something incredible happened. Poppy's sister Macy blew a raspberry on her tiny belly, and to everyone's shock, she laughed. Despite all the doctor's efforts, it was this simple moment that brought her back. Amazed, they watched as she gently twitched her arms and legs. While doctors dismissed it as spinal reflexes, her father refused to believe it was just that. It was a miracle they never expected. For him, he believed there was more to it. Each day, Poppy got better than the day before. She had finally regained consciousness. The doctors in charge of her case were taken aback by the speed of her recovery. It was something they found difficult to believe as she continued to defy all odds. Even though she was still a bit shaky after she came back to life, her dad believed she would get better and be able to walk again. Surprisingly, within the next 2 months, what Stephen believed happened. His gorgeous daughter started to crawl and speak all over again. Beautiful, right? We couldn't believe it. It's been just 8 weeks. It's incredible. She's progressed so much. The doctors are baffled. They said that she shouldn't be doing what she's doing. They are so glad she is, but they didn't think she would. She's proving them all wrong, Stephen explained, to help speed up her healing so she could have the chance of returning to normal as quickly as possible. Her family created a GoFundMe page. The page was set up to raise about $6,000 needed for 14 days of intense physiotherapy at the Cosmosuit Rehabilitation Unit in Italy. Thankfully, many kind-hearted people contributed to support the young girl's rehabilitation. "I'm just so happy she got the help she needed," one supporter said. Since the necessary treatment wasn't available in her country, her family had to look elsewhere for the care she deserved. They firmly believed that daily physiotherapy would significantly improve her mobility, something their local hospital simply couldn't provide. "Our hospital has been wonderful, but it's small and lacks the facilities needed for her treatment. She only gets 1 physiotherapy session a week," her father explained. Poppy, who battled life-threatening conditions during the first 2 years of her life, is now thriving. For her parents, this miracle is something they will cherish forever. Their precious little girl was given a second chance at life, all because of what her older sister Macy did on that unforgettable day. This extraordinary story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how difficult the situation, we should never lose hope. There is always light waiting at the end of the tunnel. I'm really keen to know your thoughts on this story, so please don't hesitate to share your insights in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and found it engaging, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more similar content. Feel free to share this video. Take good care of yourselves, and I'm excited to connect with you in our future videos.